loyalty to a sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well. For tomorrow, now we go make salute. And it's how will you there? It no matter. Guy, will you be? It no matter. Anything you they do, it no matter. Oh yeah, it no matter. Now we putting up stronger one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. Where is not a shame. TTP Talking Points platform. Then they give you information about salute.
Yes, family, welcome back to yet another very important segment where they come through the Talking Point platform. My name is Mohamed Kago, and today, now the 15th of May 2021. In this segment, we get two main issues where we can try for analyze and present on. First, there is a trending song making around the social media, and the song gets strong message for Sierra Leoneans. A song done by LAJ, I-Tribe, Akman, and others. This is not a revolutionary song, not a political song. We get deep message. In the program, you can see some of the words that we then use. And secondly, in the program, with a church on the interview where the president, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio grant to CNN, we try to analyze and see actually the implication where this gets for the country as a whole, for you and me as a Sierra Leonean. But first, let me start from the entertainment. Now, the entertainment industry, now one powerful industry where over the years, don't they help for all we elected officials accountable. Starting, sometimes respect is due to whom we give. We always find for we pay respect to whom respect is due, or to somebody who deserves them. Jimmy Bean was one of the people that will actually bring hip hop, or at least let's also put fire in the music industry. During that time, a lot of artists then come up. Then the social media, internet not be too exploded. Within that short time, the citizens they rely heavily on the musicians for talk for them. They become the voice of the voiceless. And we see where that translates to election, politics, and many, many other things. For example, when SRPP began up during the 2002 to going to 2007, we know say the politician then play a key role for make the pull SLPP in power. The likes of Emerson then gain fame. The likes of jungle leaders, Pupa Badger, and many, many others. And the pace beyond they move to that point. Even to the 2017-2018 election, the musician then play a great role for pull the APC out of power. But we see how smart the politicians are. They don't say this force, that is the musicians, they're so powerful now that the only way they for do now for intrude into this circle, this very powerful ball. So the politician they enter inside the musicians, they divide the musician there, and it comes to a point now people are not seeing much respect in music, because these are the very people that will be the talk for the oppressors and the oppressed. And now then they defend the oppressors, the oppressors. To the point that they become as praise singers and then begin to talk about politicians, praise instead of talking for the people. So now, fast forward to this current government. Most musicians they will be the sing throughout the years, they become silent. Why they become silent? Well, so many issues they are around. First, some people they look at and say, oh, because of the political climate of the country, not permits for them to sing. Freedom of speech, not they, and as a result, they will just muzzle everything. But again, one of the things which shock a lot of people, we see Emerson released Dying in Coconut 8. The music was a much well anticipated, a lot of people and be on the wait for that Sunday for me to come out, because people and be rely, like I said, they rely on the musician at least for just pass message to we political leaders, a basic message over the decades. We don't say the same thing. Simple. If you know they see, they know they agree. Simple. Water, light, road, job. Basic things are over for over 2 decades, 3 decades. Same basic things everybody they ask for. These guys, they're not able to provide them for you. Now, Emerson immensely will be pulled coconut aid. It becomes controversy. A lot of people say they don't pay Emerson for making us sing certain things there. Some people say they get land. Some people say the first lady I go meet them privately and I also invite her wherever. Then they left to them. But again, in me, I do reaction personally on that Sunday. I said, okay, let me give Emerson chance, let's see, because these are the first thing. But when you look at again, the key thing then where Emerson for put, where I feel now the most important, we don't put around music day, now the issue of killing. Because that's not in the world where value past life. We see he sing about corruption, he put about other things, but he not mention the killing of Tumbo. He not mention the killing of Pademba Wood. He not mention the killing of Makeni. So like within the line, and people are not fool. Some people are not fool. Now they become wiser. If Emerson sing, the most important thing, you know, put away life and death, then it means that something is sung somewhere. But the table depends on now. LJ and company, despite the political climate not permit for let people sing or for let them talk freely, they don't begin come up and sing. For example, see a few weeks ago, Atika Foyo released a song, So Nasty, and now feel the song by LJ, Ackman, I Tribe. I messed it a sweet, and you could be the judge on this.
Word. Country problem. Rap. Yeah. Complain don't meet me.
King Kong, I swear, this thing not sweet me.
Okay, look we go. There's our dog.
Yeah, I try to so.
The complaint don't meet me. The way I had them go take the machine, it not sweet me.
Yeah. That's what the Pademba Wood case. It not sweet me. They say I'm not 5 people die, but not 31 meet me.
All the fat na Lonsai and Tumbo not fit sweet. How Khadija in case die, it not sweet sweet. Hey boo, who can pull me come out from this problem? Hey boo, who can help me make good solve them? Hey oh, people left friend for raise them voice. On I read this, all thing there, so we raise with voice.
We don't need to know. With them dumb bags, we don't need to know. All thing there, we don't need to know. With them dumb bags, so we don't need to know. You them say, we don't need to know.
I'm prosperity, yes with cleverity. I'm short and black, but I'm blessed with memories. Me not afraid not to. Ask him boss, me not afraid not to know. I live na the east, the old place choke. Us are sleeper, a broke. The gun guy, we want make it soak. If the place tight, we go choke. Now them be say, I go show you the way. Now them be say, the new direction. Game be big, then smaller like Stopper League. Baby now we shaver like Agidi. Knock me and knock you like Pologi. If I do you bad, take us, no can Tonangi.
Now we're happy with Paulo.
What are you there?
They play on Paulo. Then give Maolo, Gaolo, Raulo.
But to Paulo go work for Maada Bio.
Yes, na Paolo, na Conte, not to Monjama. Well, the case don't end by the camera.
Why the cost we won't with your Maada Bio?
No, they know.
Okay, let we go. There's our dog. Why they vex by you want no? Why they know they talk to by you want no? Why they vex by you want no? Why they know they talk to by you want no?
And so I see the pie the mommy from bike. Money Dana McKinney for life. new direction.
Okay, Fambul, that's the just short part of the music. I think that's 60 minutes, so we're not able to play all line. But again, when I start on the feel, the reading in the lyrics, then actually you get message where for all Sierra Leoneans, because this is not about politics, this is about the issues that actually where the Mona Sierra Leoneans, the basic things in justice. Because look, if we not get justice, justice nothing will not for joke with. Without justice, we'll not go get peace. And if there is no peace, there will be no development. And justice not a thing where we politicize, because governments now just transitory, they change on. So if we lost faith in institutions, it'd be a big problem in the country, because even investors outside there, they're not going to come, because we all get to a country will not believe in the justice system. And that's now one key, then point some of them here, the case of Khadija, then talk about the light business, then talk about the killings, where these are the issues that actually take place in the country. Now, again, look at the other side, saying the things where they point and analyze deeply again. Feel this even more.
All right. Mr. President, just a question. Alongside, killing. McKinney, killing. Tumbo, killing. Denver Road, killing. APC office, riots. Belgium, sellers, riots. Hastings, killing. Well, Mr. President, what will you give voice? When you go address the nation, when you go talk to we the people of Sierra Leone vote for you, sir. Huh? Because the more you keep quiet, the more you look like say you get in charge, and also you let what's in the behind. They shouldn't be killing your voters. They shouldn't be killing your people. Yeah? Why? Okada riders strike every day. Harassment on them. Suffer the body don't get freedom. Book no day. Body defend their hands so much. Police they harass them each and every day. Well, kind of like Crew Bay. Shout out to the people in that Crew Bay. When I take heart, yeah, things gonna be okay. I don't see the president they sack a minister, then the same minister they work for the first lady. Are you calling a sack or last send you over under? Which one? Which one of the two? Huh? The complaint that meets me. The justice system ain't just in our own level. People getting locked up for no reason, no good evidence. Some man on the for them about how many years. No, they go courts. Nobody know they check on it, even how in file look like stuff anymore. Huh? It's not a fight. You lock pussy up for them about you for feed them. Feed them properly. Give them 3 meals. Because at the end of the day, the person is still not guilty yet. So you get for the feed and you all up. Yeah? Shout out to me man in Pademba Road, by the way. Woo! Free education. Free good education. If the education is salon, as soon as I say when a free education be very, very good. When I show me one school, one government school, where any minister in picking their attend. When I show me one government school, where the president one of them picking in their attend. If the education be very, very good, when I show me by the way, please, yeah? Thank you. Police brutality, need for stop. Police brutality, need for stop. Tremble, wear uniform, different. Yeah? And that make you different from the civilians. We shouldn't be shooting, man. I'll shoot the civilian, boy. I'll kill her. I'll shoot her for kill her. Not even shoot herself. What's happened to arrest peacefully? You know? And they see police, they arrest somebody, they massing them. And they see police, they arrest, they take one, I call this thing, man, the gun. You know, the magazine, the knock, the bush where they go arrest and head. Boy, swallow the live, oh, they live a civilized world, man. Rest in peace to you, Alpha. Wadada. Hastings. What up? Love you guys, man. Woo! Yeah. Let's get each other.
Okay, Famu, this now the complaint. This now a trending song. You can go YouTube and look for this song where they make very strong waves along the music industry right now, internationally, locally, and now one of the thing this way actually are commending guys here. They actually put the issues in where they happen at the gun. Then put the issue of police brutality. We see one shocking video where they go where police, they use a magazine, they beat one suspect, when one young lady. And of course, we know what's happened about the justice system. People like Kamarimba, they're still in a tight corner, Pademba Road, because this one of the guys that will be challenge the government. They talk about things and where the basic things and normal way government for do, just basic necessity, basic. You know, so that now one part one. So again, we're not gonna be the judge now, see some of the things that would input, and it's explicit. The thing is, all of them here we all know, and I think we no hide. So we just happy because at least the politician, I mean the musicians, they do their job. They don't begin to do their job because first we need for all we elected officials accountable. Why? Because I'm automated. Because they can make mistake. We want me to live up to the expectation. That's not the point. Not because we just want to try to bash them, or because we want to keep them to them on their toes. And let them be saying they want to do the job. They say they get the solution. So we don't want excuse. We just want to make them do and deliver the basic things. And Salon people they ask for much. Basic thing. Any Salomon way asks for basic. And indeed, the talents the kind brain where Salon people get. This not to me talker. Research from many institutes from one institute, forget the name, but one research where we do in several universities in the UK as well as US, then discovers says Salon, now one of the most intelligent people in Africa. Most intelligent, one of the most intelligent. So the sense is there, the capability there, we able to do things, it's just that we not get the enabling environment. So that I make all the time with the actual leaders and make them just provide the basic necessity. If Salomon get lights, he get water, he get lights, he get water, he gets team for it, he gets basic internet. Believe me, they're not worried about government. They're able to use their brain and change their lives. And this now happen in most developed country. No country not in the world where they provide job for all the citizens. No, you know they. But then they create the enabling environment. The basic things are there, so that at the end of the day, we're able to, I mean, like a foundation where you will build. I mean, if you want to build 10-story, you need a foundation. Now that you know, some people in they ask for the basic necessities do out. Even when they sit down, they talk. Now the thing what they ask for. Now, let me go to the next the second part, the part 2 of this segment. His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio grant interview on CNN regarding massive allegation on corruption against the government. But before we reach that point, let's take on back how this thing unfold. Chagunaba, one of the most renowned journalists, for decades, he done the team up very tight for challenging government in their responsibility. He not just grab on SLPP, no. He be done they do even doing the APC time or back beyond that. And of recent time, he began publish some damning reports regarding massive corruption, starting from the First Lady, the former Chief Minister, come to the President, and many, many others. But of course, the government be saying, say, this is not just a joker. Then they ignore. But as time begin to build up, and the power of the social media compound with the interest where international community gets, then pick up this story. For example, the BBC interviewed even the First Lady on the very Africanist press article, the massive allegation, 3 million loans, when I like $3 billion loans, when at $3 million. And it came to the point that even Radio France, as well as CNN of recent time, ask the president for make a clear name on this massive corruption. But again, this is not just one test for tell you say, you know, they underrate the power of social media. You can't. Even the president recognized that make you see that they do very hard for pass the cyber crime law. Why? One of the reasons for make sure say people are not talk, because I mean the men when you talk, like for example, if you sit down now talk, at least we get 1,000, 2,000 people on the watch. Then people and they that 1,000, 2,000 self get people on. Now so the message they go fire wide. Now that make government they look way for suppress people and for make them not talk, because these are one of the tangible practical experiments, if you want to call it, where happy when China Bar begin to let out some of the secrets of the massive corruption in this government, people then begin sharing. Even we older now begin to talk about it. Now so the thing begin accumulate, begin far wide. People then begin sharing, it become a big problem now for the government. Now this just tell you say you voice matter. Now you might think say, no, not me one, me voice number. No. If you talk, I talk, the next person talk. For any change we want bring kind of the country, it happen. If we want to change a government, it happen. If we don't want a government official will say, in order to deliver, we able to. So not ever underrate you power as an individual. This, even the president recognized that I make then the fear the social media. Now, but the thing what shocked me on this interview, now the fact that I see the president, they go back internationally, they go defend corruption, for God's sake, come on. You know, after I listened to this interview, I don't know, sir, we come to the head for. Because locally, the president in interview at 98.1, he defend officials there. And even the town hall meeting where Umaru Fofana be interviewed and AYV, where listen, the president say, if Naya appoint you, you know they call you thief because Naya appoint you. Not to me say, now he said, if I go after I don't play this, I will play for you for like hearing. The president say all those people that we appoint, you know, call them thieves because I appoint them, regardless if there are evidence, regardless if they found they found some serious allegation against them, you know, they call them thieves. This is a double standard, and it undermine the fight against corruption. The president himself, they shoot himself in the leg. Why? Because now, generally, the president will get interest to say, okay, I will appoint XYZ for making mandis because the president will call side. But you get people that we trust. But within the people, and we know majority of Salon people, and we get power, the first way they do now for satisfy himself and family. That's not the first thing. Let's be honest. The people and where these governments employ hire, most of them are abroad and come out. And I'll tell you, not a secret, we don't live abroad. We know what's in there happen. Somebody get $3,000-$4,000. We don't pay tax. Maybe I'm on the left $1,500, $2,000, and they left now you are. So imagine somebody come out abroad, he go get them job the way they see hundreds of millions of dollars. The first thing what they do now for let him enrich himself. This is majority. So we know this is not a secret. This is not what I say. This is not just the mindset of Sierra Leoneans. Most of them they go into politics not to serve the people, but for their own selfish interest. So it's shameful for the president even the defender then talking this year. If he appoint you, we call you thief. Now listen to the interview where he do na CNN, and then we wrap up the program.
When you came to power, you promised, and one of your campaign slogans was to really try to root out corruption in Sierra Leonean government. You investigated your predecessor's administration. You made it a focus, especially early on. Fast forward 3 years, looking around you, what do you think Sierra Leoneans make of how you have handled corruption?
Well, corruption was endemic in this country. It was fashionable. It was a way of life. What we have done, or what I have done, is to make it very risky. It is to make it difficult and to make it not fashionable anymore. With the use of the Anti-Corruption Commission, we have been able to recover quite a lot of money from those who acquired monies illegally. When we came in, they rated us. Our control of corruption index was about 47%. Today we are in the 80s. In the past 3 years, we have made progress every year.
President Bio, though, your chief minister has been accused of corruption, and your wife, the First Lady, has also been accused of corruption, misusing public funds. How are they being held accountable?
It is easy to accuse or make allegations that any member of my family or the government is corrupt. We have a system. You have to prove that, you have to produce evidence. So without that, I can say you are corrupt, even when I cannot see. I hardly have any dealings to do with you. Whenever there is any claim of corruption, the Anti-Corruption Commission is free to go and investigate, and where there is evidence of wrongdoing, as far as monies are concerned for the state, we will take action.
So let me get this straight. If it is proven, President Bio, if it is proven, that the Chief Minister and the First Lady, your wife, have actually misused public funds, how will they be held accountable?
Well, there's a prescription for whatever happens. If that is the case, and it's proven in a court of law or by the commission, they either ask to pay for it, or there are different forms of punishment for that, and they will have to.
On top of that, you recently hired a brand new finance minister who was accused of long-standing corruption in the previous administration. What message does that send to Sierra Leoneans?
Again, you've used the word accused, and he has had to go through a very long legal process to prove that he is not guilty. So, like I said earlier, it is easier. Anybody can make such claims, outlandish claims, or that the other person is corrupt. But we are a law-abiding country, and we go through the entire length to make sure that when claims or allegations are made, we prove them in a court of law, and then we take the necessary actions.
Okay, Fambule, that was an interview with the president grants CNN. But you and I know what's in the happen at Salon. The president say the ACC is free for interview and for go investigate any case as long as evidence are available. Now, we don't see massive evidence from China Bar where it's so clearly explicit, the date, the time, the check, the number, everything. But again, when you ask the ACC, what did they do button? You say, well, technically, the ACC boss first, in fact, not denying some of those evidence. He say technically it's difficult for them to prosecute some of those people because they didn't have power, and as a result, they will get away for stifle evidence. But again, now the thing is what they talk. The president, for me, I feel say it's shameful for like even go internationally and defend corruption. You don't need for defend corruption because these things are clear. I mean, we see there's a difference. I know they are like for can praise Ernest by Kuruma, but Ernest by Kuruma will start in first time. It do a very excellent job in terms of fighting corruption. For example, there was an accused of a one-time friend where I came out to say on some sort of one plane where Bilana Lunge where sort of like cocaine be did it can't be fire. Although yes, in the second time you bring it, that was a own mistake. But it begin well. After to Kabade, they accused of $18 million. It fire. And the list goes on. This was something where people, if you be they move towards that trend, at least probably will not for even there on their situation. This was the thing that I feel say the president, with the evidence were available, enough for even try for attempt for even for defend. I mean, you can now you can fire. You understand? If you feel say the country and they are above, that's the action we for take, not because of this. I mean, we have this. I mean, one-time lecturer when in former chief minister, and even the president again. I mean, listen to what he talk now, AYD, when it comes to this corruption business. You know, the thing just become even more funny. Listen.
And would you say the current fight against corruption has minimized corruption in your administration, or do you think you also have thieves in administration?
I wouldn't call anybody I've appointed as thieves, but I would tell you for sure that now, if you have to steal, you must be very cautious. Excuse me, we have all been corrupt in this country. We have to make it.
Okay, family, the president say if Naya appoint you, he not go call you thief. I mean, you don't feel this is a double standard. You don't feel they send a message of a sort of like a pat in the back, or they embolden people away get bad mind for saloon, for loot state resources. Because the president don't ready for defend you. This now was this interview we do with 3 years locally and internationally. When again go for try for defend, you know, sometimes this not just like I don't know who side you come to the move, you know. Would they say God, but you and I now we responsible. Now we let some people here. It's high time we say step up, you know, we step up. Try for make this thing very much more uncomfortable. I mean, corruption. I mean, we need for challenge them people. And now we hire them. I mean, we can fire them anytime, especially when they come into election. We can make a decision. But however, within that point, therefore, hold them accountable, remind them. I mean, like I don't begin to talk, and this it don't pass decades, people in the talk the same thing. So we are not asking for too much. We are just asking for the basic necessities for us to live a normal life. Basic. Provide internet for Salon people. 24 hours light. I mean, these are the simple things that we do. Hard. I mean, imagine the chief minister, they accuse him for 3 billion leos. You know, it's not 3 billion, not $3 million. $3 million, believe me, it gets a lot for Salon people. The first lady, he used 3 billion for just in West 3 billion. For me personally, as I say now West, because Salon people, I mean, there is what we call two things. You have what we call in project felt need and induced need. There's a difference. Now felt need, these are the things that what people really want. I mean, when I ask for pad, I mean, love put politics aside. Sierra Leone, this was the last thing that will even come in our minds for say Salon picking a need pad for God's sake. Who does say we need pad for God's sake? Why the first lady they feel say Salon picking a need pad? Not to that now the basic necessity where they look for, because over the years. Picking and all they perform excellently without having to worry about pad. They take 3 billion. You know, one of the thing that some people and deliberately then they use state funds, find a project, even if the project not feasible, not viable, you understand? They can do it because this now the only way they will do for captivate or maybe cover up, so then we get a chunk of her. Yeah, Christopher Cole, yeah. Fantastic program. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, bro. So, it's painful because 3 billion, if they put it in the right manner, then channel 3 billion in the right even if they put it in electricity or for, believe me, a lot of man will get job on their own way. Salon man, they creative. It's just that, look, why you face a salon man when I left salon? We go overseas in 3 years, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, it don't do some, I mean, at least in life don't change. Because of, we are highly intelligent people. I'm not to say we brag per se, but this is how it is. 3 billion then put up a pad, Western, for God's sake, Western. And the thing is, I've been on to talk about this part. I'm not against the Answer of Our God project. I like her, a good initiative. But there was a mistake where the first lady too. Well, first, Now, even if this part you really want counter, this part, therefore make an salon in the sense that therefore use local material. By using local material, you don't create jobs for people and back. That one day alone, again, maybe you go say, all right, fine, yes, at least you get some semblance of productivity. People and get job, even if there are 500 people employed. Now, minus to the high employment rate in the country. But even the part then go outsource them to China, for God's sake. Pad. We not able to make pad. We not able to make pad. Pass to spend 3 billion, like say we get money. I mean, for God's sake, why everything for be ready made? I mean, this is not a rocket science for make pad. Not a rocket science, for God's sake. Not a rocket science. Not simple thing. Why government, they put from the consolidated fund, the first lady, he get own accounts, then they take money, then channel her, he use the program as a flagship program for your office, at least just for make enrich himself. That's not the point. And if you check the way the project video go, even the first lady said it just personalizes. Me, I be don't talk. The point. If the president, if the first lady be genuinely want for this thing succeed, you first not for the part all the part there, for God's sake. This are for picking, federal salon picking, you understand? Anyhow, then can make audition, whatever. You sell the picking in face, they go international. But the first lady, the partner in first lady, come on, salon, we too much. We are too much. But you don't take the money, you take back the part, you take back your face, you put up, you don't fame already, though. My God, salon, hey God, what do we do? What do we do, politicians, for God's sake? When you pull this, you count this, you go say, if I be no for don't like this one. When you count on maybe they are no be did and better pass here. You know? Yeah, Sally, sure. No lights na bo. Bro, that's not the issue. This is not the thing that they talk. Like even Bo na be the city of lights. And if light not there right now, I think a very serious issue. So we will keep update to now as how they get some events then, or some very important, interesting topic then for can discuss here. We got a double now. Now at least today we will just touch on two things. Touch on the trending song where LJ and do where the title complain and the interview where the president grants CNN. Hopefully next week work out some more items then for we can they try for sensitize and contribute to nation building. Until then, my name is Mohamed Kago. I tell you plenty thank you on a left on a busy schedule for can watch and for all those people that we share again. Now what they do the same job. Now we don't good thing about talk, but when a power for share this thing and they make it go far and wide. So we tell you plenty thank you for that. Until then, bye. I will see you back next week.